I'm curious, all three of you guys want to go in on one car? How would you guys like split it up?
I'm 36 years old and I'm about $3 million in medical debt.
So we've got 3 or 4 guys who want to buy a car together, because apparently splitting up the payments makes it feel like a good idea. And the rest of the clips today don't really get any better.
The Corvette, it's got an LS2 engine in it. It's only got 75,000 miles on it. It's a hardtop convertible. You can go ahead and start it.
Oh, that's weird.
We could take the top off too. It's got decent tires. It's pretty legit, man. I'm ready when you guys are.
How do I push the seats forward? It's all the way back.
It should have a lever for that. We got heated seats too. Surprisingly, it has a backup camera for a 05. Don't use the windshield wiper fluid with the top down. I'm curious. All three of you guys want to go in on one car?
I think out at like different times, probably. Yeah.
I'm just curious how that works. That's so interesting. So you guys would like basically split it 3 ways and then each of you just pay cash for it? That sounds good.
Car guys really want to get a car.
So a few guys want to buy a car together, because if one can't afford it, the obvious solution is to involve 3 more. Throughout the clip, he mentions 3 guys, 4 guys. So who knows how many there actually are. But I've seen this before, and it doesn't usually end well.
Let's see if he likes it. You drive with 2 feet?
No, I don't actually. Good catch. I'll wait for all of them to go. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And then should I just park it there?
Under the canopy is better. Right here is good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate
For
it.
sure. This one too, you'd be really impressed, man. Is this kind of like in your range, like for a budget? You can all fit in this car at once too. Who wants to drive? You want to drive?
Maybe the passenger seat.
Passenger seat? Yeah, sure. I'll sit in the back.
Where's the awful?
It's right here on the left side. Which one are you guys leaning more towards?
Where's the gutter?
That's got, room for everybody too. So you guys splitting it 4 ways? Nice. Do you guys know if you want to finance?
We'll probably finance it, right?
Just please let me know. I do have a lot of interest in both those cars.
It may save you some money, but from what I saw, it really wasn't worth it. I work with 2 brothers who bought a car together. They live together and work together, so they figured why not buy a car together too. But it was nonstop arguing about who was driving that day, who got the car after work, who was supposed to put gas in it, who was putting too many miles on it. Something that seemed simple turned into a problem almost every day.
I would recommend sooner rather than later. The GTSs are hard to come by. They're hard to find. Yeah. If you guys are for sure like, we want this car, you can call us, put a deposit down to hold the car. We'll hold it for you guys until you figure out your finances, and then you guys can come back and purchase it when you're ready.
Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Thank you guys. So it looks like they want to split a car 4 different ways. And I have never considered splitting a car with anybody, right? Unless we're both on the title.
If it takes 3 or 4 people to make the payment work, that's probably a good sign that none of them can actually afford the car. And once money and friends start mixing like that, things can get awkward pretty quickly. The problem is it sounds simple at the beginning. Everyone agrees on the payment and sharing the car. But over time, things change. People change jobs, people move, schedules change. And then suddenly the arrangement doesn't work the way it did at the start. And that's going to be where the problems begin.
I am almost $1 million in debt. I am almost $1 million in debt. It's both good and bad, and my emotions kind of are in a weird spot with it, because it's like I've worked so hard to get everything that I have, and I'm giving my children a great childhood, but I'm almost $1 million in debt. Me and my husband work really hard to have everything that we have, and
She says they worked hard for everything they have, but they're about $1 million in debt, which means they didn't just work for it. They borrowed for it too. Borrowing makes things look affordable for a while, until the payments start catching up.
our kids are getting the childhood that we could have only wished for. But also, this isn't how I want to live. I don't want to live in the stress, you know? So doing this journey and taking accountability and really looking at our finances and trying to get out of debt is such a big priority to me, especially with my mental health, because Lord knows when you feel like you're drowning, even if it's just in your head, it's a toll on you.
She says she's doing it for her kids, but taking on debt doesn't really help your kids. It usually just means more pressure in the house, more stress about money, more arguments about finances, and that kind of pressure has a way of affecting the whole family.
I am recording this because I know it will be better. So I really wanted to cave and buy the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I've just really been wanting to up my content. I've just been really wanting the DJI, but obviously the only way that I can afford it is if I do payment plans.
Now, I found this one really interesting because it's not about the equipment. Upping your content should be about the content itself. That's what gets views. The gear can help, but it's never the main reason people watch. I watch people with not so great audio and I know they don't use the best cameras. But they're interesting, they're entertaining, and they're saying something that's useful.
And I didn't want to go behind, my boyfriend's back because I really want to respect, obviously, my own money situation, but, stuff like this also affects him. Wanted to be open and ask him, what do you think I should do? Obviously, I gave him the reasons why I wanted the camera. Yeah, the only... He initially said yes, but he asked, how I would, buy the camera. And obviously, I don't have $1,000, so affirm it, which is how I got into, this whole mess of, being in debt in the first place.
She'd be taking on debt while she's already in debt to buy something she already has. The camera or phone she's using right now is perfectly fine. I've had a few YouTube channels, and I've had some expensive cameras, but the most views I've had, which I think is approaching $250,000 right now, was shot on an iPhone.
Hi, my name's Kate. I have $30,000 in credit card debt, and I talk about how I don't really care about my debt. I'm not putting extra money towards it. It's getting minimum payments. It'll be paid off because it's in a consolidation loan. I am prioritizing spending and saving. And do you ever notice how absolutely miserable the stories are of people who did everything to pay off their debt in 1 year or 2 years? They live in their cars. They didn't go to their siblings' weddings. They couldn't get anyone a baby shower gift. They missed out on tons of social events with their friends and family. They really make paying off their debt their entire personality. And I've been around these kind of people before. I'm sure we all have. But I just ew, I'm sorry. That is just not for me. Okay. I sacrificed enough just living through that pandemic, being home for 2 years.
She says she doesn't want to suffer while paying off her debt. So she's still spending while trying to pay it down. But when you keep spending while you're trying to pay it off, all you're really doing is stretching the whole process out. It just takes longer. I don't usually see people miserable while they're paying off their debt. Most of the time they're focused, they're motivated. They're actually excited to see the balances go down.
I'm not going to miss anything because of money. I'm just not. This could all explode tomorrow, and I have paid off debt before. I've been debt free. It doesn't feel freeing. It doesn't feel freeing when you don't have enough money in your bank account, when your retirement is not set, when you cannot afford random miscellaneous emergencies or just random miscellaneous needs that come up. There is this idea of financial freedom, freedom is a feeling. It's not there's no metric that we can say, oh, they are financially free for sure. I feel more financially free now with this mindset that the debt's getting paid off. I need to make sure I have money in my bank account first than I ever did when I was slaving away to pay off all my debt.
Sure, you want to keep some money in your account. You need to be prepared for emergencies. But if you're holding on to cash while you're carrying debt, the numbers don't really change. The debt's still there, and interest is still being charged the whole time. So the longer the balance sits there, the more it ends up costing you.
I'm 36 years old and I'm about $3 million in medical debt. After a heart attack, open heart surgery, and life support, I was 8 weeks in the hospital. I'm a retired veteran or medically disabled veteran. And you would think they would cover it. I showed a video like this when I first got to the hospital back in November, and I showed this bill right here, totaling $500,000. And everyone said, it's not $500,000. You only owe $22,000. Your insurance paid the rest. Yes, you're correct. But what about these other hundreds of bills that I haven't even opened some of? Let me give you an example.
I honestly have no idea how you would even begin paying something like this off. Our healthcare is funded through taxes. It's not perfect, but you don't leave the hospital wondering how you're going to pay for it. And you don't end up carrying that cost around years afterwards. For the Americans watching, I'm honestly curious. How do people even pay something like this back?
This one says amount $1,400. Veteran responsibility. The VA only covered $400. I owe $12. Let's get another one. $1,200. $22,000. Veteran responsibility $500. VA only approved $134. I owe $424. Veteran responsibility $2,080. The VA only approved $432. I owe $1,647. I could keep going with this. You wonder why people are pissed off at the American health system.
Most of the debt situations come from people's choices. This one didn't. There really isn't a decision you can go back and point to. It's just a situation he ended up in. And now it's something he has to deal with. Something that could take years to sort out. Because this type of debt can show up whether you plan for it or not. If you want to see more, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.